Luke_Sochi.
The fifth has connected, by the way, so we are live right now.
Wow, that was fast. For both rosters, it's Xeno, Sporting, Dix, Max, Citizen, Pross, and Fender. We already went through the Ride or Die roster. Let's try to say the Zeeb, Addy, PSH, Ray, and Zamus. We're live.
You're not going to say psh.
I really want to, but I'm not going to embarrass myself and try to trip over that. We're live. You're watching CEVO TV. This is Season 4 of CEVO-Main, and this is a long hold here. Look at this. Pull up your overhead, if you will, for Pink Clay. 4 people stacked up right outside of T-Apps looking for an easy transfer kill. They're probably going to make some noise with that person alternate, try to get somebody to push through Banana, and when they do, they get an easy kill. They can probably flood B, take it over, get a bomb plant, and this is the kind of strat that you used to see a lot. Really patient strats back in the 2-minute, 2-minute 15, 3-minute round times.
Yeah, I'm actually glad we're actually seeing a set strat here rather than just, you know, like everyone go down mid or banana or something. So it looks like Ride or Die is prepared and they're actually coming up with something here. So
yeah. Or they were like, oh, guys, we're being streamed. We need to actually look like we're doing something. All right, there's the kill. Citizen goes down. At entry is good. Pross is by himself at the back behind the spool. Sees people coming. Lands a nice headshot, but receives a gush in return. A headshot through the smoke. That's a double for him. He's done his job. Dix will get one probably from the CT spawn. And that long flank leaves. Oh, there we go. It's a 3-on-2. A very doable 3-on-2. Ray needs to get a kill here to make it all evened up. He's stuck in the back of the site. He has 2 people, 1 on either side of him. Zeeb is on his way to help, but he's got someone in his face. It's a knife fight attempt, and it just went so wrong. Fender was trying to fight him with the smoke. Zeeb was just trying to reload at the same time, so a pretty weak... Oh, long gush. It's a 1-on-1, 2 weak players, 16 health, 11 health, respectively. It's a final charge. 25 seconds. Zeeb has no idea where he is. Pross does. Here's the execution. There's the kill. Pross wisely plays it from the back of the new box, and that was a really tense ending.
It was. I thought Pross actually went into emo. I could have sworn I saw him move over there. Maybe he did, and then when he ducked back, he went back towards the left side of the bomb site. But either way, nicely played by him. And I mean, very close round down to the wire. But Xeno comes out with it, and I think the Terrorists should have gotten some decent money since they got so many kills there. But yeah, they're going to be a little bit behind now.
Somebody says in chat that it's the volume. We're having some volume issues. We did some sound checks earlier, but if we have some issues, tell us which one of us is having issues. That would be most helpful. I'm Cotton, he's Clops, and depending if the color or the PXP is having volume issues, we have to adjust it a little bit differently. So we'll get back to this round. Once we see your feedback, we'll be able to tell who needs to adjust. Spray from the construction. Citizen will pick up 3 with 25 bullets. Tries to pick up a 4th and a 5th. Has an eco ace. Look at that. Golf clap. Only golf clap because nobody had armor.
An eco ace is still exciting. You're definitely, you know, you'd be pumped if you got one. I don't know who you're trying to kid, buddy.
Yeah, in your own Ventrilo or Mumble, you're like, yes! And then everyone else is like, they didn't have any guns, dude.
Yeah, like you guys said, find out who, tell us if it's Cotton, the guy doing the play-by-play, if he's the one who's quiet, and I'll try to fix his volume for you guys. But other than that, nothing too special about that round. Like you said, the eco round ace, and nicely done, so that's going to give Xeno even more money, especially since none of them died.
We've learned something early on, right? Ride or Die has 2 rounds in a row gone through CT spawn, choosing to do the wraparound through CT, do the speedway wrap, and we're going to see that more often. Teams that do that pistol round and teams that do that second round are more apt to do it again. The next time you see a B take Clay, you can be certain that they're going to probably send a lurker to go through CT spawn to try to get the wraparound. Not a lot of teams do that.
Essentially like they did on the first round?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
3-0, we're done with the ecos, Clay. What do you want to see from the terrorist side now that they finally got their guns?
Well, you know, I always like to see that op, which we are seeing PSH buy. Hopefully he's going to be picked mid and try to come up with a kill. But the CTs, you see that on the minimap, they are doing the safe route, and they're not going to be peeking mid, so smart play by them.
It was a smart play by them.
And then mainly, other than that, I'm hoping to see some nice set smokes, either over at B or mid, if they can't get picks, which they probably won't since they're playing passively. And then some good multi-takes onto these sites.
First, easy defense. Max stands at the back of the apartment and sprays down Zamus. That entry there, it looks like a spread default sort of take. Looks like they were going to try to move fluidly back and forth and try to make their way into the apartments as their leverage point here. We've understood now, after inspecting the Ride or Die offense for the better part of 3.5 rounds, that they play very slowly. That's a TK, by the way. Max is a very, very penalized. Take a look at his cash play, 0 now. Absolute nothing. Wow. That hurts. That hurts a lot, especially if they lose this round. Comes the late take.
Yeah.
One in the pit, they have to know. Surprising how they've played very slow thus far. Typically, teams that play slow and use set pieces use their utility nades well, but they tried to walk into the site, and that's never going to work, especially with somebody in the pit. Dix comes from behind at the moto, sprays down Zeeb, and has PSH. I almost said waiting for him. It's a 1-on-3. PSH very, very unfortunate in his situation now that he has an op stuck fighting close quarters. 30 seconds left on the clock. One on his left, one on his right, one at mid. He'll go for the suicide plant. That beep attracts the bees. There's one shot. Tried to go for the no-scope there. Citizen cleans him up. 4 rounds for Xeno already.
Yeah, so we saw Xeno playing really passively that round. They didn't really play anyone checking mid. I think they maybe had the porch guy peeking mid a little bit. And if they do that, that's going to be... I mean, if the terrorists can see that and take advantage, they could probably get a smoke going right side and then maybe a smoke going deep on the porch side, blocking off that moto player. And then they could have... and essentially do the... a 3-2 or, you know, a 2-man going mid to B, like you described earlier. That would probably work out nice for him.
Early nade really, really maimed Zeeb and PSH. They're down to 59 and 42 health. I actually wanted to say that for teams that play slow, and they try to emulate this low level of play that they see at the invite level, it's important for them to try to spam out the person at the back of the apartments there, because they know they've identified Max likes to play there, and you see that the pro teams from whether the T-side balcony or the overhang on top of the squeaky door, they'll spam the wall trying to hit the person at the back of the app to get them to back off while they take that part. It's imperative that Rod, Ride or Die, does that if they're going to continue to play slow. We don't know, but they may. Fender comes in with the first of the retakes, takes down 2. Ray in the back of Emo trying to salvage the round. It's a 1-on-1. Fender will come around the corner with the nade, same like last time. Might flash himself, and he does just barely avoid it. He clutches the round, will defuse with a kit, so that'll be 5-0 Xeno.
Big round for Fender. Him and Max both came out of the construction site at the same time. Max actually went out first. Didn't check the right side corner, but Fender knew better. Probably just better game awareness from him, and he actually picked up that guy. That could have been a kill for the terrorist, and it actually could have probably swung the round more in the terrorist favor. So good job by Fender right there. And then, like you said, with the nice clutch. Do I see Fender with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, he has 4 nades. I didn't know you could buy a smoke and a incendiary.
Now, the one that actually surprises people is when you can get the frag and incendiary. It's just a total of 4 nades, right? So you can get every single nade. It's just you have to sacrifice a flash, for example.
Yep.
So 5-0, Xeno has a big lead here, but it's not as if they're getting. It's not as if Xeno, I'm saying, is blowing out Ride or Die here. They're just trading like 4 to 5 kills every round, and that's making Xeno rebuy a lot. Meaning Ride or Die is very much in this, unless this sort of thing happens.
Yeah, I mean, this round is definitely going their way. 2 ops being used here, but they didn't really use them to their advantage. I mean, obviously there was the pick going mid, but they didn't really try to pick banana too much with the second op, which probably was a little bit of a mistake. I mean, you can push up quite a bit, especially if you have someone supporting you with flashes, and you can try to get that pick over at spools if they're playing passive like they are in that site.
Right. I think what I'm seeing thus far is Ride or Die is trying to go 1-to-1 with each of their opponents, trying to outshoot them as if they were playing, you know, kind of pub style, because perhaps they've played together in matchmaking or something, and they were just superior aimers to their opponents. But with opponents like Xeno, you not only have to, if you're going to play slow, you not only have to hit your shots, but you need to try to make yourselves play from an advantageous position every time. That means flashing in, smoking in, trading out, if that's the case. PSH has a really tough shot to make here. He doesn't. That's another clean slate here, and only 1 death this time for Xeno, so that's going to be a big monetary gain.
Honestly, Rod right there, they only had 3 members left. 2 of those guys were wielding ops, and it was a 3 versus 5 essentially. They didn't know the health of Xeno. One of them was super low, which they ended up getting that kill. But I mean, in that position, honestly, holding 2 ops, I think they probably should have went for the save that round. Opinion? No? You muted? What are you doing?
Oh, shoot. I totally muted myself. I said, I think so, but what would you have really gained as opposed to getting that buy?
Keeping both your ops.
Yeah, maybe, but is it what you really want? Because clearly playing slow and try to hit the op early slow shot is not working for them. I almost want them to just accelerate, hit the gas pedal, and see if Xeno can hold off their speed rush, which is what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, they could definitely do that because, like you said, they have been playing this slow this whole time. Maybe they will change it up, but we'll see. I know they did kind of a sort of speed rushes at B 1 round, and they actually had some success trading out 2 for 2, and
What's
they got
funny
the
is
side. They just couldn't really hold on to it.
we're trying to doctor their offense and tell them what they're doing wrong, but really they're having a great deal of success, and it's coming down to like a one-on-one clutch situation, which is fine. And oh, you're gonna get burned alive. Oh, Z just totally stood in it, and that got him killed. Sad face for him. One left in Emo, totally gave it away. Max can't clean up the job. Actually, he does. 2 alive with the defuse. Xeno will put up 7 on the half, and Ride or Die.
Like you said,
bonus?
Huh? They are going to have losing bonus. But like you said, they aren't playing bad necessarily. They're getting into sites. The problem is they're having trouble holding these sites. And like it's kind of simple things like we just saw how the guy died to fire when he just stood in it. Like he could have just easily ran out, but I mean maybe he was scared of getting shot.
The thinking is, if I'm on fire and I step out, somebody's waiting to decapitate me. That's true. That's true. You're gonna die if you step out of the fire, but you're gonna die if you stand in the fire. So you might as well trade yourself, right? Just get the trade.
Try to run out and get the trade. Yeah, like you said.
Here's the first really active use of utility nades that we've seen thus far from the terrorist side, and just like that, just like clockwork, they've taken the site again. It's a 3-on-3. Here's one thing that they need to work on: get out of the site, take over the chokes, and not hide in the stock positions. Hiding in stock positions is gonna get you killed. Get in the banana, right? Get in the construction toward the blue truck. Fight by the fountain instead of playing at the back left. Try to be aggressive here. See if that'll help you out here, because maybe that will be the difference. Zamus is left by himself at the new box. He's surely surrounded and will not win this round. It'll end up being 8-0 for Xeno once this gets cleaned up and diffused.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking as you called it out. I didn't see anyone move to banana, which, I mean, if you have the time to do so, you might as well and catch the guy off guard for the most part. You can hide in banana, get that easy kill, and then even move someone into construction, especially with only 3 people left. You really only need 1 person in the site hiding, and then, like you said, cut off the choke points makes holding the site just a lot easier.
Much, much easier. Also, just to make you guys aware, I posted a Reddit link in chat just a moment ago. If you guys could help us out and upvote this to let other people know that we're live right now, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We're into the 9th round. Xeno is completely blanking Ride or Die. They seem a little bit frustrated, and now they're playing a little looser. Zamus is fully running around here, just jumping back and forth, hoping not to get shot. He's identified the fact that Fender is in the bedroom, and Fender's expecting somebody to come in through the jump window to engage him. Zamus made the poor choice of running to engage him at the planks, and that obscured vision made it extremely hard to see the black SAS uniform that Fender is wearing. So that's probably a mistake on his part. Dix aiming toward the port side, seeing if anybody's creeping through here, because he thought perhaps that Zamus was being backed up by a teammate. Ray and the rest of Ride or Die are now moving slowly up banana. You can agree or disagree. It seems disjointed, the fact that they kind of left a sprinting berserker player just run by himself into the apartments and die and just throw that away.
Yeah, if they would have taken B simultaneously, they would have had, because Xeno actually did a quick rotate, so they would have only had 1 man in B and would have probably taken in the site just that much easier if they did it simultaneously, like you said.
Here's the engagement. Ray sprays, almost had 2. Process in the back at the new box is pretty weak and gets taken down. 2-3, 3-man retake for the CTs, and Ride or Die does not feel at all at ease, even though they've taken the site, because they've faced the situation so many times before and coming up, oh my lord, come up short in the end. Just like that, Dix will get that headshot. Another defuse. Max will take a little dip into the fire. It'll be 9-0, and Xeno's pretty happy with the results thus far.
They definitely are, and I mean, Ride or Die has... I mean, they obviously have to see that they've been having the most success over at B, and strictly based on personnel matchups, I think that's probably the good side for him to go to, because Fender, Xeno's, I would say, best player, is playing A, and well, yeah, he's been playing A for the most part. He might start going B now that they see that he's they've been hitting that side for the most part, but it does look like he's still playing there. And if they do identify that, then B is probably still the best choice for him.
And you made a good point. In terms of personnel matchups, let's be honest, Xeno's not playing B very well, right? They're not counter-nading, they're not counter-flashing very well, they're not smoking chokes very well, and they've given up 1 to 2 trades for Ride or Die. It's really the 3-man retake coming from A that's been the magic for the Xeno team here. That's why Ride or Die is so apt to choose B every time. Xeno's Dix will step out at the moto and literally clothesline ATI, or Addy, I call them ATI again. There's very little hope of salvaging around with no utility nades, very few early entry shots like this. this might be, Clay, the moment where you save your rifle.
Yeah. I mean, it's 2 versus 4. They are definitely down here. They might try to do a reverse to B, which is exactly what it looks like. So, I mean, if they weren't going to save, then I would agree with this because you see Fender is pushed up, and they could probably easily take the site 2 versus 1.
They're going to have to do it with speed because they're not doing it with subtlety. They're just going to run right in, try to run over the person at B. We know he's by the new box. That's Pross, who's at 53 HP. He knows people are here. He's going to peek very soon. That first shot will tip him off. He gets the shot, drops the bomb, has one more at the emo. Zeeb gets the better of him, but probably won't hold out any longer considering the fact that he is now surrounded. The cleanup by Fender, 10-0 for Xeno.
Oh, man.
It's rough. It's rough riding.
It's rough. It is rough, and because, like we said, you know, they're not playing bad. They're getting into the sites. It's just the holding of the sites that's their main problem. And you know,
I want you to really reflect on this. Hit J, and I'll tell you, right up until the 5th round, this is trading back and forth. 4 people were dying. Not excuse me, Q or whatever the graph okay. is. Bring up the graph and show everybody how close it was in those first 5 rounds. And as soon as, you know, Ride or Die started getting a little bit antsy, a little bit nervous, it started falling apart for them, and you can literally see it in representation in these graphs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm amazed that it's that much of a difference because they were still getting in the side doing trades and, you know, taking over sides, getting kills, but the defense of them, like we said, just wasn't successful. So I'm surprised that the damage is split off that drastically towards the 5th round.
Yeah, it is. Coming to a close of the half here, and Ride or Die is no longer looking to just put up a good half, but maybe just put up a round, and they got to work round to round like that and think that way. It's grim, but it's probably the most effective way to do it now because playing for the distance and playing for your economy is out of the question. You've got a losing bonus, and it's time to just win a round. Yeah,
exactly. At this point, they just got to get whatever rounds they could get and try to have a stellar CT side, which is going to be tough when Xeno has this big of a lead right here.
Well, there is a trade thus far. Fender goes down after pushing the apartments while Athy went down early at mid when Citizen peeked, and Max smokes the exit of the apartments, makes it very difficult for anyone else to try to come out through that entrance, and he's dissuaded them, pushed them back through to the boiler, and it's looking like
bomb and spawn.
Yeah. This is the we give up look, Clay.
It seems that way. I mean, one of the other things that they could have exploited is Fender pretty much pushes apartments every single round. I mean, who knows if he would have done that if they did start, you know, picking them off and using that to their advantage. But it's definitely something they could have started taking advantage of.
It's down to a 3-on-3. Again, Ride or Die needs to notice that these tendencies are very exploitable. You can spam that room. You could absolutely ruin Fender's life for every time that he tried that. But it seems that they've misidentified this, and that's one of many things that will end up punishing them in the long run. I should point out that after this, we've got a doubleheader. The next game coming up will be Sensei versus 4-Not. That one should be very good. 2 very talented teams, Sensei and 4-Not. 4-Not is a new look sort of team now that it's lost a couple of its key members, most notably Shroud as of late. So we'll see if they're still as strong or maybe even stronger than before. Hopefully we'll see a good match after this. It'll also be on Inferno.
Yeah, we might have a little bit of a break here though because this match is going a little bit quicker than
than
we expected.
I think I saw an 8:30, Clay. We could jump in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely down for that.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us. If you do enjoy the work that we do, please do follow the channel. And if you didn't know, tune in Sundays, Mondays, sometimes Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for all the best CSGO action we have to offer, and not blowouts. Not like, did he just get a blind pick at mid? Wow. Impressive. Impressive indeed. He backs off, allows people to press him. The person who takes his spot is wielding an automatic. Probably not what they were expecting. Max backs off, and he falls back to the site. They've caught Citizen. He turns right before he dies and trades himself out. Very impressive that he had the reflexes. 2 coming through the speedway. They've gone to CT spawn. Dix will be waiting there for him. Brings down 1. He has 1 more by the banana, and that's PSH. Pross has his nade out, has the wrong weapon available. Dix is fighting PSH one-on-one, calling for help, doesn't need it. Xeno still perfect, still 13-0.
Someone asked what happened to Shroud. Shroud's now on Exertus, if you didn't know.
Right, Shroud's in better places now.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of mean, but yeah.
Come on. tomorrow, by the way, now that you've prompted that conversation, is the beginning of the CEVO-P season, and I'm not quite a. I'm not. Our producers are going to tell me that I know what their answer is going to be, so I'm not going to reveal who we're casting tomorrow because of some logistical answers that we need to get figured out. But multiple CEVO-P games will be casted tomorrow. I hope you guys will join us for that one. I'm excited because we have a brand new slew of CEVO-P teams who have joined CEVO as of late, and they are probably going to put on an amazing show.
Yeah, very excited for the CEVO-P league starting. I thought it was going to be starting on Monday, but we had to wait all the way for Thursday.
They stole it from us.
They did.
PSH is wielding a scar. Excuse me, Zeeb is wielding a scar, and he's the entry scar man. And I don't know that I like entry scars. Yeah, I don't think I like entry scars.
Dude, the entry scar is totally legit. What are you talking about?
Totally legit. Dix is waiting, man. He's probably identified to his teammate. Somebody brought a scar as an entry weapon, guys. Everybody's blind. I'm surprised they didn't flick that one. PSH has an idea of where Dix is, and he'll hunt him. Dix has to realize that if he can't find this guy, he's probably on his left, and he did right there at the end. 14-0. The scorecard's still blank for Ride or Die.
Did I not have X-ray on? I apologize, guys, if I didn't. I thought I did.
Oh, that entire time? Oh. Wah, wah, wah.
It's okay.
So let's confront the question that's before us, Clay. Why are main teams getting blown out? And I think you know the answer to this.
Well, we had move-ups from IM, and there's just probably a skill gap between teams, and that's obviously going to be flushed out as the season progresses, and whoever can't make the cut will be moved down. So.
Yeah, the qualifications to stay in main is a 500 record. So if you don't fulfill that, not a CPI by the way, a 500 record by wins and losses. So if you don't fill that quota, you're going to get moved down. Here's the charge. Fender pushes the bedroom again and still surprises somebody. I still don't know how because he does it every round. As CEVO grows, there are teams that perhaps are somewhere in that gray space between IM and main caliber that have to kind of get fully sifted through here. And Ride or Die looks to have the ability to maybe ascend to main level eventually, but perhaps they're not quite there yet.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, they looked like they had some strats thought out.
Man, look at that scoreline.
Yeah.
17-6, 16-5.
There's just some holes in their play, mainly with holding the sights. And if they look at this tape, they'll get that from us, and hopefully they'll improve it. So maybe it can be better. And Carrie's knocking things over, making a bunch of ruckus.
Yeah.
But yeah, Xeno, on the other hand, coming in from the CEVO placement tournament into main, and they are just looking really, really strong.
Xeno is a legit team. Let's not belittle their accomplishment here and then just say that their opponents weren't worthy. Xeno is great. They're really good.
Yeah, I mean, they completely destroyed the placement tournament, and they've been playing very, very well.
All right, we're on to the match point here. 5 alive for both teams. Couple of nades set up for Xeno. It looks like 2 support players have nades. A smoke, a flash, a decoy on some pieces, and I think they'll use all of them. They've just about vacated their entire inventory. Xeno steps out, blows up Max's face. Still, they've managed to enter into the site here. With this cleanup process happening, the trades will happen to favor Ride or Die. 2 kills traded. 3 alive for both teams. Ray, PSH, and Zeeb left to take the site back from the terrorist here. Early deagle shot will punch a hole right into Citizen. Another one connecting onto Pross will do him in just as well. 1 left for Xeno, and it's not a 16-0. There we go.
And that was a strange nade by Xeno right there, the smoke onto the bomb site steps. I don't know if that was just a miss throw or what, because, I mean, not the best placement, in my opinion.
It looked purposeful, and I think the concept there was the guy in the site probably doesn't have an automatic weapon, so why don't we just charge the blue truck guy and wrap through construction, and then we'll have a 2-prong take.
Could be, but the nade was still kind of like blocking the whole lane, so if the guy was playing blue truck, he had the advantage on getting kills as they came through the smoke.
Maybe I'm thinking too deep, and it was just a mistake.
Could have been. Either way, we don't know what they're trying to do, but yeah.
Mass upgrades for Ride or Die. They've got 3 rifles on the field, 1 SMG, and a very large deagle. And I'm thinking PSH will end up being the designated opper if that's the case.
That's, I believe he was the one opping last round, so yeah, that it does make sense since he's wielding the pistol and the armor that he's probably going to be going for that op either on the third or the fourth round here. But I like this passive play is doing, waiting for pushes.
Yeah. 2-2, sort of amoebic play here that's just beginning to coalesce into something manageable, something tangible. They've broken into the apartments, and they are now engaging PSH, who sits at the bottom of the boiler, has done some damage. He's alerted the people on his team.
Just restarted.
Oh, no. I'll do the radio call. I'm not going to do the call anymore. I'm going to do the radio call. ATI in the Speedway with his Bison. You restarting? Okay, so currently what's going on is that we've had Xeno recoil from their positions. They did some testing. They realized, okay, we're a little bit pinched in the apartments. We're going to try Banana now. All four of them, including the bomb, have lined up there. They've thrown a smoke for the blue truck. ATI or Addy will step out with his Bison. Has actually one right behind him who shoots him in the back of the head. That's a Bison recovered for Max. He's 1-on-3. His chances aren't good, but Ride or Die has two very, very maimed CTs. So this is going to be a tough call for him, but at least manageable. One alive. There's another kill. He has 3 on the round. We'll try to get the bomb plant for at least the money. 4 seconds left. He might clutch this. 1-on-1, has one at the spools, runs away from the engagement, has no idea that PSH is as weak as he is. Our clutch man is now PSH. Go to our number 8 man, who's going for the straight defuse, will not even engage Max, and wins the round. That's 15-2, and Max is a little bit embarrassed.
All right, sorry about that, guys. But yeah. Rod comes out with the second round. You know, almost potential clutch right there. I missed most of it, but good radio call.
Yeah. Well, I do that sometimes. 15-2, Clay. The beginning of the most epic comeback we've ever seen? Question mark.
It could possibly be. Are we going to see a 15-15? That would be quite amazing.
What are the odds on that happening? 5 running through Banana. It looks like a throwaway round here, and we'll see in just a moment. Nope, they slowed down. It looks like they want to throw their smokes. They'll choose to charge the smoke, which is always a questionable decision. 1 at the near quad. That's Atty, who's stuck there. He'll probably be taken out if somebody could land a shot. 2 traded for the Ts, and just 1 for the CTs as Zamus tried to unwisely reload behind the spools. 3 left now for the Ts, 2 for the CTs. 1 as an op, by the way. This is a buy for the Ts on a 3rd round, presumably because they planted on the last round and because Max just got like a huge smorgasbord of kills at the very end. 3-2, this could be the very end for Ride or Die. An op and a FAMAS left to retake the site. They'll come from the same firing window, which is very difficult to do. They're going to send 1 right in front to the barbecue. Early shot missed by PSH. The next Zeeb cannot. He does not last for us to even switch to his camera. That win by Xeno is wrapped up nicely, and there you go. There is their probably second match of the season.
And that's how you hold the site after you get the bomb down. Xeno had 1 guy on the construction, 2 guys setting up the crossfire in the site, and they just waited for the CTs to come to them and just easily took them out. So nice job.